star kid, as they're called, which first of all, that phrase only annoys me. But because immediately you're putting them in a box and you're not giving them the room to be free and who they actually might be without that tag. I've worked with a bunch of people who are children of well-known personalities, and I promise you, I have not seen people work as hard as they do because they have this inbuilt defense mechanism because of the tags that are given to them. I think they work doubly hard or triply hard.
Hi, I'm Radhika Dhawan, and today I'm in conversation with the gorgeous Tara Sutaria, who's promoting her new film, Therap, that's going to hit the theaters on December 3. Tara, very warm welcome.
Thank you so much.
Tell me, how has been your experience shooting for this film? It's quite an intense film.
Yes, it really is actually. It's been wonderful. It's been a very long journey, to be honest with you. It's been about 2.5 years since we both began this journey on Tadap. So I think we're very, very elated that it's finally releasing on December 3rd. We've experienced a lot, I think individually and together on this film, both Ahan and I. And like you said, it's very, very intense. It's a very unusual love story. I think it's also a very unusual choice for a debutant to have in his first film. So I think just the whole idea of Tadap from the beginning has been a very rare and, like I said, unusual sort of story to begin with, and just really grateful that it's finally releasing.
How is it working with Ahan?
It was lovely. I think as personalities, we do have similarities as well. So that really helped us in the beginning sort of ease into this equation that we really needed for this film. He's a little bit shy, and I think so am I, especially I think when we first met each other. We actually met at Sajid Sir's office, and Milind Sir was also a part of that meeting, and we had to read a scene from The Dirty Picture, which is Milind Sir's film. That I love so much, and somehow, despite us both being a bit reserved and shy, that scene came out really beautifully. We literally were just reading it, and then we just sort of acted it out once. And Milan Sir said he got what he wanted, and Sajid Sir really, really loved it, I believe. So he called me after that, and then that's how I signed that up.
Could you tell us the scene that you actually did with Ahan of Dirty Picture?
It's just a scene between the two main characters, and they're having a conversation about life. And I think obviously there is some sort of chemistry that was needed in the scene. And obviously we didn't know each other at all. We didn't know how the other would react or act in the scene. But I think, like I said, there was this strange sort of ease and comfort from the beginning. And, with two people who didn't know each other at all. And it's Ahan's, like I said, it's his first film. I'm relatively new as well, so it was just nice to have that sort of equation from the beginning that just clicked, and there was comfort to do even a kind of scene from The Dirty Picture that luckily just worked from the beginning.
Tara, you said that you both didn't know each other, of course, before the movie. So when two people who actually work together, and there are some intense scenes, there are some really passionate scenes. So how difficult or how actually comforting it is actually, because at the end of the day, it's acting. So, I mean, if you could tell.
I think it really depends on the people involved. I think it's completely based on the setup and the environment that surrounds the two actors, and of course the personalities that they bring to the roles and to themselves. Even personally, I think if you want to make something uncomfortable, you can and you will, and if you want something to go off smoothly, then you will ensure that it does. And luckily with our setup and with Ahan and I personally, we were always there to comfort each other, to make sure there was never any anyone feeling scared or anyone feeling afraid to do whatever it is that we needed to do on this film. So I think when you have that friendly support and banter, then you feel safe in an environment that can be, otherwise a little bit scary for the first time.
I think also is it also because there's a lot of professionalism today, compared to
100%, 100. That's the reason I didn't say that, is because I thought it's a given. It's an understanding already that 100% in our industry. I think today, the little bit that I've experienced, has really shown me that everything is extremely professional. Everything is it's a job at the end of the day, just like every other job. And I think if you treat it that way, then there's no fears that come into you as well.
Asked about this particular question, I'm sure you've been answering this, about the kissing scene or any intimate scene. So how annoying or how normal are these questions for you during such interviews?
To be honest with you, I've never done a film that involves, what we've done in Tadap, but there's a first time for everything. And like I said, Ahan and I have both experienced many firsts on this film. I think that, when we signed up for the film, we were aware of the original, the RX 100 film that we had seen, and we were aware of that story. It does obviously involve so many things that we obviously haven't done. I mean, Ahan definitely hasn't done it. He's not done a film before, but I definitely haven't done anything that I've done in Tadap before. So it can be a bit scary if you feel like you're not supported in the film that you're a part of. But if you do feel supported, and if you do feel like your interest is taken care of, then I don't think there's room to feel that fear. Like I said, Ahan has been a wonderful partner in this film for me. He's really supported me, and I think we've both been there for each other and had each other's back in a certain sense, because had we not had that, it would have been very difficult.
Even for Student of the Year and even for Tadap, you've shot in Mussoorie and Rishikesh. I'm sure you must have felt like a local over there this time. How was it?
Absolutely. 100%. I was constantly recommending places to eat and places to visit to everybody on set. It was really nice. We shot in a couple of mutual locations for both films. There are some really, really pretty places to eat, like I said, and where we actually shot both Tadap and Student of the Year too. So even when we were driving around to reach our location, I would say, oh, we shot this here, we shot that there. So it was really, really sweet to go back.
What memories did it bring back?
So many, I think anybody's first film is so memorable. We shot Student of the Year 2 for over 2-3 months in Dehradun and Mussoorie. There was just so much. I think, my home setup in Student of the Year 2 was, we were all based out of Dehradun, but we shot most of even the Dehradun bits in Mussoorie. So just so much, like my home setup, there's this cafe scene where Ananya's character throws coffee on me. All of those really funny moments sort of just came back. Then we shot at a place called Cafe Ivy, which is just by a beautiful church. So just so many little memories that came rushing back.
Tara, you have worked with quite many actors, some who had absolutely no godfather in the industry, like you never had one. Yeah. Then you have those, star kids, you have Ananya, you have Tiger, and you have Ahan as well. So did you feel there was any difference working with these people, between the star kids and the people who had no background in the industry earlier?
Only person that I've worked with who isn't, from the industry as such, like myself, would be Sid. But, having said that, I don't think as people, anybody was different because someone is someone's son or daughter. Again, that's a very individualistic and personal choice that those people make, how they carry themselves and how they conduct themselves. I've been very lucky to meet very grounded and wholesome people. Whether it's Tiger, whether it's Ananya, we were all very young when we first shot and met for Student of the Year. I think she must have been 19 and I was 20 or something like that. So we were all very young and very impressionable. Despite that, nobody was bratty, nobody was entitled. Everybody sort of was very self-aware, and also we all took care of each other. I think there is a sensitivity, I think, in the industry, at least with the people I've worked with, where no matter where you've come from, no matter who your father or mother is, I think I've had the pleasure of working with really sensitive and really nice co-actors. So I don't think I've really noticed anything starry about anyone. I think everybody works really, really hard, even if they are children of well-known personalities in the industry. I think everyone whether it's them going to the gym sometimes even twice a day to work on their physique, or going to diction classes, or going to Kathak lessons. I mean, I know so many young girls like my age in the industry. Everyone's working very hard despite wherever they may come from.
Tara, what makes you go ahead with a script? What, even for Tadap, what was it that you thought that no, I have to consider this movie?
I just feel like Ramisa's character, that's the name of my character in the film. Ramisa's character is a really powerful, fearless young lady. It's fun to get to, I mean, she's very different to how I am in real life, which is a very good thing. After you watch the film, you'll probably know that. But she's very different to me, and I think that's the fun of the job. You get to be different people all the time. I don't think I've played anybody as different as Ramisa, and I don't think even in my current lineup of films that will release soon, I don't think there's anyone even close to Ramisa. She's very, very, very unique. She's really extremely sure and confident of herself, and I think that's what really drew me to this, is because as a person I'm very withdrawn, and I'm kind of reserved in my personal life. So I think just the fact that, especially in the second half of our film, I read and I noticed that her character goes from here, which is she's loving and sweet and your girl next door, I would say, in Masuri, and then she goes here, and then she goes here, and then she goes here, and then she goes here. So there's just this array of emotion that she kind of portrays in the film, which I hope I've done justice to, because even the original role, she was a firecracker. So I think that's definitely what excited me.
So, Tara, there has always been this very huge debate on this nepotism. You have made it on your own. So, when you see people, contemporaries who are, just hounded by this topic, do you at times feel that, thank God I did not have a godfather and I made it on my own, just to get away from that topic and discussion?
No, I don't look at it that way. I don't feel that way at all. I feel like we all have our individual personalities, and while it's a wonderful feeling to feel like you have done everything on your own without the backing of X, Y, or Z, which is something I am really proud of, obviously, but I do feel like it's pretty unfair, to be very honest with you. I am not from a film family, but I do see, like I said, every single person, every single star kid, as they're called, which, first of all, that phrase only annoys me, but because immediately you're putting them in a box and you're not giving them the room to be free and who they actually might be without that tag. I think, to be honest with you, I've worked with a bunch of people who are children of well-known personalities, and I promise you, I have not seen people work as hard as they do, because they have this inbuilt defense mechanism because of the tags that are given to them. I think they work doubly hard or triply hard. I think that they're so aware and conscious of the fact that they are constantly labeled, and they feel, whether it's trolled or whether it's sort of been made to feel a little bit bad about being entitled. I don't think that they are entitled to begin with, because they're working as hard as any other newcomer. Sure, the only positive that I think that they do have, that is a one-up on maybe me or somebody else that doesn't come from a film family, is they get their foot in the door. Their first step is a little bit easier, just a little bit easier, because they might have the phone numbers of XYZ director, after which the audience decides in our films whether they're liked or not. So it really is the same after the initial stages. So I don't think it's very fair. This debate has been going on for years. Since I first joined the industry, I've been asked this question, and I think we should really move on from it.
Okay, a quick rapid fire I have. You have to tell me, who has been your best co-star?
Oh no, very tricky rapid fire. I don't know if there's best. Everyone's been really, really different. Even the films I've been doing are so different. Currently, I'm having a ball shooting with Arjun for Ek Villain Returns, and I'm just really proud of Ahan in my equation, because we've been through a lot in Tadap. And Tiger, to be honest, is extremely special to me, because he was my first co-actor. And see, this is now making it very difficult. Sid is special to me because, to be honest, we some of my most famous songs have come from Marjava, and that emotion that that film had, which was shared between Sid and I in the movie, was really, really special. So all in their own ways.
Okay, never mind. A recent role that you think you could have done better?
Could have done better. Oh gosh. Uh, See, this is not going to be rapid because I'm really bad at rapid fire.
That's okay.
I don't think I could have done anything better, to be honest with you. Oof, very tricky question. Can you ask me another question that's as
Okay.
difficult?
No, that's okay. Karan Johar had once compared you to Aishwarya Rai. He said, there's a lot of similarity, be it mannerisms, your hairstyle, or, that index finger pointing. So, I mean, that's quite a huge compliment. So, how do you take it and how do you react to it?
Wonderful. She's so incredibly beautiful. I believe inside and out. I've heard some wonderful things about her for so many years since I was, a kid growing up. I think everybody knows how talented, beautiful, and graceful she is. I think when she enters a room, she's one of those people who really commands your respect and attention. And I love the way she carries herself. I think that's something that has always stood out about her from the beginning of her journey till now. And it hasn't really mattered what age she is and what she's doing in any stage of her life. She's managed to really stay so beautiful, graceful, and just wonderful throughout. So it's a huge compliment.
You are a Shah Rukh fan, so any message that you want to pass on to him?
Oh my. I think Shah Rukh sir has been the epitome of what it means to be just a personality in the world. I think he stands for all the right things. I think he says uh, some really, really profound and beautiful thoughts. He shares all of his thoughts with the world. And I think, just like Mr. Bachchan does, I think he's just one of those people you look up to no matter what part of the world you're from. And I think, as someone in the industry that's young and new, I think there's much to learn from him. And I think, gosh, he's just everything. He's not just a film star. He's not just a superstar. He's a man and a role model and a father and a husband, and he's everything that and perfect at everything that he does. So I think it's wonderful to be like that.
Post I ever hit on you?
Uh
Come on, you're so pretty. I'm sure the answer is yes.
Trouble remembering this answer, but no, I mean, I think we're all friends, and it's all good.
Okay. Your reaction when actresses say that they don't like being papped.
I mean, I can understand if someone's saying that when they've stepped out to go like to a grocery store and they weren't expecting to be papped. But I think most of the time everyone really enjoys it because everyone loves the attention. But I can understand if in the middle of the night you've stepped out to get something, and I've been photographed when I really was not expecting it. And I tried to hide and stuff like that, but it didn't work out. So I can understand that. But otherwise, no, I think everyone loves it.
Something you miss after becoming a star?
For the most part, I think I'm exactly the same, and I try not to change anything about my life because when I come home from work, everything's exactly how it used to be. Nothing's really different. I still have the same circle of friends. I still love to be home in my little bubble and not really go out a lot. But I think I recently went on a holiday somewhere and realized that I can't do the things that I used to really love doing because it's hard because you don't really get that sort of privacy, I think. So I think that.
Yesterday, actress or maybe even an actress in her 90s who during the 90s, you think you can be compared to, it can be because of anything, because of looks or acting or maybe persona or anything.
Compared to, I don't know, but I really look up to so many actresses of the past. I think that they had a certain grace and femininity that all of us can really learn from. I think also the films were designed and stylized to really accentuate the positiveness and the wonder of being a woman in those days, whether it was in the music or the dance steps or the kathak or the what I mean. Like, I think every scene and every shot was so stylized to accentuate that. Gosh, I really look up to think Meena Kumari in Pakiza, or if I think of Madhubala in Mughal Azam, or I think of, there are so many songs that when I think of actresses of that time, I definitely connect with that a lot more. Even musically, I think I'm drawn to that zamana rather than today's.
Although you are a singer, so I can understand you liking those
Yeah,
songs.
I think that's probably why.
Okay, and also my last question, I think who dress, can two actresses at the same level be good friends?
100%. 100%. I think we should definitely get over this whole pitting actresses against each other thing. It's become very boring now and very stale news. It was very rampant, I understand, a few years ago to do that, but we're really moving forward with the times, and I think it would just make a lot more sense and be much easier on all of us if we stopped pretending to pit everyone against each other. I think we all have our own very comfortable niches and spaces, and yeah, I talk to a bunch of people where I don't sense any sense of competition or any sense of nervousness or jealousy or things like that. So I think it's definitely a possibility.
Thank you so much, Tara, and wish you
Thanks.
all the best for your movie.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Subscribe to Nation Next YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get regular updates from Nation Next. Also like Nation Next Facebook page and follow us on Instagram and Twitter.